imperious Caesar, dead and turned to clay, might stop a hole to keep the wind away. For that earth, which kept the world in awe, should patch a wall to expel the winter's flaw.
Julius Caesar is a man that needs very little introduction. Dictator, tyrant, general, and would-be king of Rome. Caesar is perhaps the first name that comes to mind when someone is asked about the ancient Romans. But this video is not about Caesar's life. It is about his death. His last day on this earth. In an event that would change Rome forever. An event that would send echoes through history that are felt even today. This video is about the assassination of Julius Caesar. Caesar is awakened by his wife Calpurnia. She's had terrible nightmares during the night that something terrible will happen to Caesar this day. Now, a couple of things to understand about Caesar at this point. Caesar is a popularist politician. He is where he is today, that being dictator for life and most powerful man in Rome, not only by military victories, but by reading the plebs. The plebs and those above them have supported Caesar because he is popular. He is a war hero, family man, and all-around true Roman. A nice guy. Ignore what he did in Gaul. And because Caesar is so popular, he's arrogant. He believes he's untouchable. However, one does not become dictator for life without collecting enemies. Some of these enemies are even among the plebs themselves. Recently, he had held a victory parade to celebrate the end of the Spanish campaign. One tiny issue: the Spanish campaign was part of the Civil War. Caesar was celebrating a victory over fellow Romans. He was celebrating the death of Romans. Needless to say, this was not celebrated by everyone, and it left a ill taste in the mouths of the plebs, senators, and soldiers alike. Sometimes Caesar's arrogance was his undoing. So, Caesar, in the beginning, would turn to Calpurnia and argue with her and say things like, "Look, just because Mercury is in retrograde and you've had a bad night and you think that something bad might happen to me but you're not sure what, does not mean I'm going to stay at home. I've got work to do. How are they going to cope without me at the Senate? I'm the main guy." I may be paraphrasing here, but you get the gist. However, Julius Caesar may be arrogant. He may be blind to the danger of this day. But he is not an idiot. He recently attended a sacrifice he conducted. After the beast had been slain and offered to the gods, Caesar could not find its heart. A bad omen. Add this to his wife's warnings this morning. Caesar decides to stay at home. And so we have it. One of those moments. Those beautiful moments in history. A what-if moment. What if Julius Caesar decided to stay at home that day? How would history be different. By the way, folks, I thought this was a brilliant time to interject. If you're playing the take a drink every time the word Caesar is mentioned throughout this video, please grab yourself a glass of water now. This video is about the assassination of Julius Caesar. The word Caesar is very hard to avoid. Thank you. And so we continue. There is a knock upon the door. It is Decimus Brutus, a man that we're going to refer to affectionately as Not That Brutus. So named because he's not the Brutus you're thinking of. This is Decimus Brutus, an ally of Julius Caesar, served under him and a general of Rome. Not That Brutus's job is easy. Get Caesar to the Senate meeting. You see, the Senate meeting has been going on for quite some time now, and the plotters have realised that Caesar may not make an appearance. So they have sent Not That Brutus to fetch Caesar and make sure he gets to the meeting. Decimus turns to Caesar and says, "Caesar, come on, buddy, this isn't becoming of you. What am I going to tell the Senate? That you didn't turn up because your wife gave you some warnings? Come on, you can trust me. I'm your second favourite Brutus. Come on, boss man, what are we going to do without you? We'd be lost. Absolutely lost. What, without the dictator for life? That's like a birthday party without the birthday boy in attendance. Come on, Caesar. I also hear, Caesar, me buddy, me old pal, between you and me, they're going to make you dictator forever. No more of this dictator for life nonsense. You're going to be dictator in perpetuity. How about that one? Come on, get your coat. Let's get to the meeting. I mean, who's he going to listen to? His wife? Or his second favourite Brutus? You know what? Second favourite Brutus? You're absolutely right. Let's go. I can't have them do this meeting without me. For goodness sakes. And so, Not That Brutus and Caesar waved goodbye to Calpurnia. The ancient lesson here, and one that should always be heeded, is always listen to your wife. Caesar and Not That Brutus made their way from Palatine Hill towards the meeting. Caesar resided at Palatine Hill because he was not only dictator for life, he was not only one of the most powerful people in Rome, he was also Pontifex Maximus, which was a very high position in Rome's religion. Now, if you're asking yourself, isn't there a problem with the most powerful man in Rome and the most powerful man in politics also being a very powerful man in the religious establishment? Henry VIII would kindly tell you to shut up and stop asking questions. We must now talk about the three groups involved in this event. The first group are allies of Caesar. These are the people that are still loyal at this point. They follow Caesar because of wealth. Caesar made them powerful. They believe Caesar is better than the Senate. Caesar won the Civil War. He is the reason many of them are successful today. You see, one of the things that Caesar did, unlike the Senate, was he made upward mobility possible. Now, normal-ish people can apply and aspire to be part of the Senate. These people are loyal to Caesar until the very end. They fought with him, they love him, they are forever loyal to Caesar. The second group are traitors to Caesar. These are people involved in the plot to assassinate him. These are people that believe Caesar went too far. They believe Caesar wants to be a king of Rome. He offers upward mobility, which they're against. They don't like the idea of normal men being put in positions of power. They believe Caesar has become too powerful. They love the Republic and believe that Caesar is going to destroy it. This is also where Brutus and not that Brutus reside. These two men are popular within the Senate, and perhaps this group of people want to be on the winning side. Enemies of Caesar. This is the last group. Some of these are involved in the assassination, but not all of them. These are the men that will be against Caesar until the end. Some of these men were loyal to Pompey, who Caesar overthrew in the civil war. They hate Caesar because he offers upward mobility to normal people, and they believe only the nobility should be a part of the Senate. These are men who are fixed into the establishment. They want things to remain the same as they always were. They are loyal to the Republic and will be to their dying day. These men have always been against Caesar and always will be. Caesar arrives at the theatre of Pompey, a theatre dedicated to his once enemy, who he defeated in the civil war. Perhaps Caesar takes one last look at the sun. I doubt he would know it was the last time that he was looking upon it. The last time he would see this world. The last time he would view the outside world. What sounds would he have heard? What would he be thinking? Would he think back to his wife? Would he think back to his victories in life? Perhaps visions of family members. Caesar enters the meeting room, a hall adjoined to the theatre of Pompey. He is greeted by the usual group of senators. Friends, enemies, betrayers alike fondle around Caesar, desperate for his attention. We do not know what was discussed in the lead-up to the assassination. However, Shakespeare writes of one of the senators asking Caesar to release a family member. Caesar's reply is not what the senator wanted to hear, and he begs him to change his mind. Caesar explains that if he was like him, he could change his mind. But I could be well moved if I were as you. If I could pray to move, prayers would move me. But I am constant as the northern star, of whose true fixed and resting quality there is no fellow in the firmament. The skies are painted with unnumbered sparks. They are all fire, and every one doth shine. But there's but one in all doth hold its place. So in this world 'tis furnished well with men, and men are flesh and blood and apprehensive. Yet in the number I do know but one that unassumably holds on his rank, unshaken of motion, and that I am he. Let me a little show it, even in this, that I was constant, and constant do remain. One of the senators approaches Caesar. Caesar all of a sudden feels a harsh, strong pain in his neck. Blood. The senator has drawn blood. He's cut Caesar on the neck. What is this? This is violence. This is the House of the Senate. There can be no violence here, Caesar yells. The assassins pounce. They smell blood, all of them cutting, stabbing, slicing, ripping. They agreed beforehand that all of them would take part. All of them would be responsible for killing this tyrant. Caesar is punching, kicking, grabbing. He is fighting for his life. He will not go down easily. The hall is in chaos. Those loyal to Caesar perhaps try to help him but cannot, stopped by those who are killing him. Others run. No one knows what's happening. Apart from the assassins, they know what's happening. And Caesar is succumbing to his wounds. He is bleeding profusely. He is weakening. He falls to the floor. He looks up, and who does he see but Brutus? Brutus, the man he saw as a son. Brutus in Julius Caesar's eyes can do no wrong. He is the best of Rome and Caesar's best pupil. He looks at Brutus and says, "And you, my boy." Brutus wounds Caesar, perhaps the greatest. All the senators agreed all would kill this tyrant, and so Brutus joins. He wounds Caesar, and Caesar in his last moments clutches his toga, puts it over his head. So ends the dictator, general, tyrant, Julius Caesar is no more. One slight problem with the death of Caesar. The reason why the assassination took place was so the Republic could return to Rome. The death of Caesar, unfortunately, unleashed another civil war. A civil war that led to Caesar's nephew, Octavian, becoming the first emperor of Rome. Ironically, the assassins caused the end of the Republic. When Augustus took the imperial throne, it would signal the start of 500 years under an emperor's rule. If you've reached the end of the video, I would like to offer my sincere thanks. This was my first attempt at a full-length video. I'm doing this because I simply have a passion for history, and also I'd like to learn how to edit. I'm not particularly good at it at this point, but I'm assuming I'll get better as the videos go on. So I'm going to take another shot at it. Don't quite know what my next video is going to be, but when something interests me, I'll probably buy loads of books on the subject and then put together a video. So there will be more. So like and subscribe. Oh no, wait, hang on. No, my wife says I need to do the catchphrase because that gets people interested. Okay. Thank you for listening and watching. This has been History Laid Bare. I am the Bear. Like and subscribe. Ooh, polished. Only took me 20 tries. Thank you all.